What's going on, everyone? So now that Luka Doncic is signed, on top of, you know, Rob Pelinka talking about how, they're not satisfied, right? That they want to make more moves, they want to do more things. Now that you have the kind of confirmation and confidence to now kind of push your chips in a little more, right? Because pre Luka extension, that's kind of hanging over your head. And it's like, if he doesn't sign that extension, now all your plans kind of shift in a different direction, right? Because now it's like, okay, well, we don't want to go and pony up and make all these moves and make all these trades and do all these other things that might not make sense if Luka leaves. We might want to keep the assets. We might want to kind of keep things in order, right? Like that's a real question for the Lakers. But now that he has signed that extension, now you can kind of go in with this boat of confidence to get something done. I've talked about how I do have my concerns that the Lakers kind of do the opposite, but I liked Rob Pelinka and his statements. I liked what Rob Pelinka said in that presser about how, hey, we we're committed. Hey, we're not satisfied, made some nice moves, got some nice pieces. Luca, he's made it clear he wants to win now. He doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to play, right? So if you're the Lakers, it is probably in your interest to start kind of heading in that direction of pulling off a trade. And I wonder if because there's been a lot of talks and reports and stuff from various sources, from various people, right? And the consensus has been Lakers are active in the trade market. They are worked on from consolidation trades to Andrew Wiggins and the Portland Trailblazers potential trade. Chicago Bulls is another option. There's several teams that are kind of in the mix. And I feel like, again, it's kind of my thoughts, feel like at some point the Lakers are going to make a trade. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be this offseason. Talked about. I'm comfortable and I'm fine with the Lakers going into the season as is, evaluating, seeing what's available and what happens, right? Like you might have new issues that you didn't know were issues that might be bigger than the things that look like issues right now, or you might have those things resolved. And maybe you're just kind of trying to upgrade in, minor key areas. Like what if, Jake LaRavia and Jared Vanderbilt end up working out for the Lakers and, Jackson Hayes is excellent as a backup center and just kind of continues to take strides and steps. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, what do we need? Well, hey, maybe our bench scoring is not great. So it's like, okay, well, let's go make a push for a Malik Monk or something. And that could be the thing that takes us over the top rather than, going and trying to get that big piece or whatever, right? I'm okay with the Lakers kind of being patient, right? That's why I keep preaching patience. But now that I don't want the Lakers to take their foot off the gas, right? Like that doesn't mean that, that destination, even going 100, might still take a while to get there. But I want the Lakers to keep applying that pressure to try to acquire that player or that piece. If that deal's there, take it now, right? If it's not there, then you can continue to wait. But now you don't have that desperation feel, right? Where it's like, hey, if you don't make this trade with us, you could lose Luca. Well, it's like now we don't have that problem. Now we got Luca for the next few years. We got him on a discount compared to what he would have gotten, right? So the Lakers now, which again, I don't want to see them squander. Like, don't mess up this opportunity here. You're put in a position to where you can kind of maximize in ways that many other teams that have the type of player that Luka is can't do because they're making $80 million. Right? Well, Lakers, they have a guy in Luka, one of the best talents in all of basketball. You have LeBron James and Luka, who are going to be probably the best duo in all of basketball if that kind of continues to work and build and grow. Right? There were moments last season looked brilliant. Some moments where it looked a little rocky, but you're going to have a full training camp, a full off season, right? You're going to have time and opportunity to really grow and develop that. And, with Rob Pelinka's statements and looking at his history, this is a guy that's made a trade every single season but one. And it was the 1 year like no one else made trades, and his patience paid off. And that's the key. Does your patience pay off? Patience is great. I keep screaming patience. I want them to continue to remain patient, but at the end of the day, the patience has to pay off. If it doesn't pay off, then it's not warranted. Then you can't justify it. Then you can't make that argument. So I'm hopeful that Lakers kind of continue to be patient, let the things kind of continue to fall on their laps. I know a lot of people like, oh, Rob Pelinka keeps lucking into stuff. No, he's being rewarded for his patience, right? Because again, Rob Pelinka, he could have went and ponied up and overpaid for DeJounte Murray the trade deadline prior. Right? And now we don't have the assets. Now we're not in the situation where we'll go get Luca, or even if we do get Luca, now DeJounte Murray doesn't make sense. And it's like, man, we shouldn't have made that trade. Right? Like, again, trading for a Nick Claxton or something like that. What if the Lakers went and ponied up all their assets for that? And then all of a sudden DeAndre Ayton becomes available. All of us would have been like, dude, if you would have just waited a month. Right? Like, it's the patience being rewarded. But he also needs to, there's that balance, right, of patience and aggression, right? You need to find that balance, and it's a very fine line. But Rob Pelinka, we've seen him be overly aggressive in the past. We've seen him make mistakes and overpay for things that kind of bit us in the behind in the past, right? So I prefer this version of Rob Pelinka over the previous version, and again, as long as it keeps paying off. But, on the surface, it looks obvious of what the Lakers' needs are. Starting level 3-and-D wing, right? Which, regardless, even if Vando and Jake LaRavia do work out, right? Like, you can't have too many 3-and-D wings, especially a guy that could play in maybe that 2-3 range, like a 6-7 guy. That's why Andrew Wiggins, I really like Andrew Wiggins, makes a lot of sense because he can slot in either spot. But if you're the Lakers, right, you're now in that position to where you can see the obvious, right, and you can try to address that right now. The other kind of obvious one, I think, would be the backup center position, but I don't think that is as big of a priority, right? Like, if the Lakers didn't go and make a trade for a backup center or land another backup center and we just roll with Jackson Hayes all season, I'm fine with it, right? If him and Maxi Kleber are two guys, I'm totally okay with it. I don't look at that as like a hindrance or anything like that. Like, the margin for these centers, these backup centers, is very minimal, right? Like, the difference between like what Jackson Hayes can provide in a backup role to a Nick Richards is not huge. Like, the gap isn't huge. And especially come playoff time, you're not playing your backup heavy minutes. They're not starting on a random night here and there, or hopefully, knock on wood, right? But you're looking for them to just kind of play these spot minutes to give a DeAndre Ayton some rest. So I think you'd be fine in that regard. Right? We've seen Jackson Hayes and the Lakers be able to have success and be very good at the game of basketball with Jackson Hayes in these spots, right? And he'll get those opportunities in those moments. So to me, right, if you can go get an Andrew Wiggins, or you can go get a Blazers trade, right? But I'm also fine with the Lakers kind of looking and waiting to see and get through this wave of buyouts. Like, what if, a Portland ends up buying out a Jeremy Grant, or, you get a Nikola Vucevic bought out, and it's like, okay, well, then we know we're going to get Nikola Vucevic, so let's go make this move for, Andrew Wiggins. Like, you could get this domino effect, especially with like the Sacramento Kings, for example. Like, the Sacramento situation could be one of those that kind of is that first domino that knocks over all the other dominoes, right? So, to me, just based on Rob Pelinka and his words and the way that he talked about kind of like, hey, we're here, right? We're trying to make some moves. We're going to do some things. We're not satisfied. I took that as like he's saying, hey, we're gonna make other moves, right? Like, this isn't it. We're not happy fully where we're at. We like our moves. We like what we did. We think that we have improved. We think that we are better, but more is to come, right? This is just the beginning. So to me, I'm hoping that, Lakers, like, this means that a Lakers trade is coming, that this means that the Lakers know, like, hey, we're going to get something done, because, again, Rob Pelinka would know better than anybody. Rob Pelinka's on the phone. Rob Pelinka knows what moves are realistic and what aren't right now. But you're also, again, 2 months away from training camp. So teams aren't in a hurry. Teams aren't in a rush. I'm hoping, while you're watching this video, we get news. Oh, Lakers trade for so-and-so, right? Like, and that could be a real possibility. Right? Like trade could come at any moment. Right? Like that's especially with the Lakers, because Lakers usually like to have things kind of come out of left field. I mean, how many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen things just materialize and we're just like, wow, where did that come from? Right? So it's very possible that at any moment something could get done. And you kind of got the first stage out of the way. You got the concern of like, okay, well, we don't have an advantage to keep and retain Luca like Dallas had previous, right? Like we can't offer him more money than anyone else or anything like that. So it's kind of it's just kind of wait, be patient and see how this plays out. Okay, well now you got Luca. Now he's locked up. Now we can be aggressive. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to put your chips in. Now it's time to potentially make that move to continue to elevate and put us into top contention status. I don't think the Lakers are far. I think they're close. It's just, can you find that quality move or two? But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. As always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.